Hey, see, we're really never totally organized. So, hey, and welcome to listening part 4. As we say, this could be a continuation for, well, forever. So the next time we do a live, we are going to do something different, just an FYI, but we're always going to come back to our listening components because, of course, all of us who are on this live are all about wanting to understand and learn more about these magnificent creatures that Carolyn will refer to many times as a
unicorn.
See,
real live unicorns without wings and horns.
Yeah, it's so true. And I think many, many other people agree on that one.
It's very true.
Because they are magical.
So I guess before we get rolling here, we'll do our regular old rigmarole, which of course is bringing in first and foremost that lovely hashtag of
Holy Jumpin' Tuna Fish.
If you hear something today, and you will, my friends, if you are joining us, that blows your mind or that you want more of, or that you're just like, wow, I had no idea about horses, please throw in that hashtag Holy Jumpin' Tuna Fish because it lets us know what you're getting out of things. And we like to see the Holy Jumpin' Tuna Fish.
We really do.
Yeah, it makes us happy.
I remember in the day, people would put the little emoji
the little tuna fish guy.
I know.
Yeah, we enjoy that too. So whatever floats your boat, but we like those pieces. And then of course we want to know who's here. Let us know if you're watching. We know we've got some people through Vimeo or Vimo, whatever it's called. We haven't figured it out yet. And then we've got some people on Facebook joining us as well. But we want to hear from all of you. So let us know who you are, where you're from. And if you do have questions as we go, please ask them. We love the questions, and I will be monitoring the Facebook a little bit better this time. So I hope as long as things update. It was a computer problem, not a me problem for sure.
Well, exactly.
And then of course, if you are catching this on replay, then do let us know that you've come back and caught it on replay as well. And then we do have that other lovely hashtag too, which is We Are Life Changers. Now, that's not just talking about us. That's not just talking about our horses, but every single one of us, human beings and animals out there who have the opportunity to change a life for the better every single day that we live and breathe. And again, people, it boils down to kindness.
It's always kindness.
Yeah. Sprinkle that stuff everywhere because we need a little bit more of it in this world.
A little. We need a lot more.
We need some common sense, a little bit of kindness, and then everything could be okay. But we don't.
Can you even imagine? That feels so nice.
It doesn't. It just washed over us.
Can you imagine? No defensiveness, no anger. Like, even if for one day, that would be kind of fun. But anyway, that's not going to exist.
Yeah.
So we ain't going to go there.
No, but we can help to bring a little bit more kindness with our horses. So we're going to go into that today as well, because we are on part 4, people. You ask for it, we deliver. That we just are going to keep talking about these horses and everything we can do to listen to them, to help them to maintain their welfare and all the other things that they truly do deserve from us humans.
And do for us.
And do.
I love saying do.
And again, for anybody who is watching, please do let us know that you're here. Let us know who you are, where you're from. Actually, well, should we put that up now?
Yeah. What the heck, ski? I say ski.
Where are you? There we go. Where are you from? So if you're watching us, if you've logged into register, then you can click on one of those babies, I believe. If you're on Facebook, please comment. Where are you from? Let us know. I see there's some of you out there on Facebook too. So welcome everybody. And let us know where you're from.
Yeah, we always like that. Then we don't feel like the Maytag repairman. Mm-hmm. Now, for those of you who are of my age category, you'll remember those commercials. The Maytag was so great that he was so lonely because nobody ever called for service. You see? Really is kind of like perfect what we are.
Oh, and Shelly says, I'm loving all this information you're sharing with us. Thank you.
Yay,
so
Shelly.
Glad. Love that.
Whoop, whoop.
I would love to say, Arkansas. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to say I know how this poll thing works super well, but we just don't.
I love it though.
Yeah. Texas too. Nice.
I love big Texas.
Big old Texas.
Big old Texas. Freedom, Texas. I love Texas.
That's beautiful. Okay. And I think just before we get into this, for any of you who are joining us for the first time, you should probably know a little bit about who we are and what we do. So my name is Carolyn Charles. I'm the Director of Sales here with the Equine Connection, as well as an instructor and a facilitator. And some of you have heard this before, but I am also a born and bred skeptic. I am very good at it. And unless there is proof for something, I simply don't believe it. And at the end of the day, that bodes really well for us in this, because there is proof, there is research, there are all those pieces that to me is a huge part of what makes our certification successful and our facilitators successful, because there's backing to all of that. There's a rhythm, there's a rhyme, there's a form of delivery, there's foundations and principles. Structure, baby. Oh my gosh, I love structure.
Yeah, it's so fun.
It makes me so happy.
It's so safe.
Yeah, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. I love those things because it makes it easy for my brain to understand what to do next, as well as for all of our facilitators around the globe too, so that they know what to do. They know what they can do for themselves, for the people that they're helping, for their horses. It's all right there for them. So it is a beautiful piece of things for me that really allows it to all come together.
And I do love that part because it's an additional piece. Like, I too always need the proof in the pudding, especially when it comes to a horse. So if you just tell me something, I still have to go see it, make sure it aligns with the dissection and understanding of that brain, that, okay, for sure, this is clear and not just guesswork. So this is why. Love it so much. And she's a part of the team and always bringing up that skeptical piece, because it makes me happy, because I love things like that. I too love more logical components versus fluffy stuff. So yay.
Yeah. And I mean, we still
have
love
fluffies.
The soft piece.
Oh, yeah. not those kind of fluffies. Oh, that's funny.
The soft stuff, if you will, the feeling, the emotion. It's why we do what we do. It's for those pieces. I know. Remember, we were supposed to get was journals.
Oh yeah, you want to go and do that?
I have those ones on my phone.
Oh, okay. Then so we can perfect.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Squirrel moment.
Yeah, it really is. You get to hear from clients exactly when they listen, what happens for them. And that's the power. That's really showing that piece that is 100% a result-oriented piece, because we are listening to the horse and they are listening to the horse. So for myself, hi everyone. My name is Carrie Fulmick, and I am the founder of the Equine Connection and master instructor, helping people globally around the world do what it is that we do. And that is seriously the greatest job in the world. True. Why? We get to sniff those horses every day. And I do. I swear, I huff the ponies whenever I possibly can, because it just fills my entire being, keeps me very present. But the best part of the job is you get to do what you love. You get to make a living doing it. But the purpose piece is helping another human to be able to move forward. And with our ridiculous, outrageously, objectively designed curriculum programs, oh my gosh, the clients are always, since 2008, have always gotten a result, which is so much power in the structure and how humans can heal, move forward, connect, again, be self-aware, because we're very disconnected and we're not even aware of our own beings anymore. We go to the fluffy world. Talking about
or
fluffies.
The digital world. Yeah.
Anyways, greatest thing in the world. And of course, the number one thing since we've been certifying people is, of course, the welfare of the horse always comes first. So our job, our goal, our duty is always to be disciplined in learning more and more and more and more about the horse. And it will never end, because that's how we owe it back to our horses. And then hopefully helping all of you globally around the world by sharing it out and helping more people. Because even if you're just one-on-one with your horse, these are absolutely mind-blowing pieces that can help you with your horse and to connect with them. Or if you're doing another business, these are major practical pieces to help you be more professional, whether you're riding your horse, whether you're working with your horse on the ground, all of these come into play. And today is very exciting, because we are bringing a whole bunch of that in for the listening piece.
And I love Shelly says structure rocks.
Heck yeah.
And then we have a few people here on Facebook too. Patricia from Maryland. We've got a KB who says New Mexico. Love New Mexico. Going there on Saturday.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. You are.
And she says, and I'm older than those commercials.
I'm just glad someone remembers them, just like me.
And then Brittany is from Texas too. So welcome everybody.
Big old Texas.
Big old Texas.
I love it.
That's exactly right.
Yes. So it's kind of cool because, you know, when we're doing these learning pieces and learning to listen to our horse, sometimes we have the, like, who knew? Because you don't know what you don't know until you do know. So it comes into a beautiful gift we're actually giving away today that we are in cahoots. Can I say that word? Who knows nowadays? With Guelph University. So working together with that university, we have come up with this super cool, duper, duper, super duper cool.
Duper, duper, super. But it is Who Knew? Fun Facts and Why It Matters. And this is a really fun one, actually, that took way longer than anyone would ever think it would have taken.
Yeah.
But it's an amazing fact book about horses. So not only did we compile them, put them together, Equine Guelph actually took the time to do all the fact checking on them too. But it is a very cool little book of just horse knowledge.
You bet your sweet peepees.
And why it matters. So
you want it.
Not just the fact, but why it actually means something to us as well. So, yeah.
So if you're interested in that, we are going to put the link in later, but you should be putting in gift. If you want this handy dandy little factual book, it's stunningly gorgeous and it will be just for you for coming today. Put in gift in the comments.
You betcha.
Because that's super exciting.
Love it. And it is exciting. And look how cute that little thing is.
Like, seriously, she designed that too.
Yeah, I might have.
Yeah, she's IT. I always say IT.
And it's still everything. Not IT.
No, but whatever.
Design. Yeah.
Anytime it comes to computer world, it's IT in my opinion.
Yeah. So anytime you hear Carrie say IT, it could mean anything that had to do with touching a computer.
Seriously, it is. So let's get into it, because here is another question that lots of people talk about, especially when it has to do with listening to the horse. Can I still have something meaningful even if I'm not like riding the horse? Because a lot of us, yes, we have been riders. We have a certain discipline that we compete in or just do in our own little wonderful world. But there's so much meaning and purpose behind even just working with our horses on the ground. And for a lot of us too, we are addicted to our horses.
Yeah.
So, and addicted to other people's horses as well. It's really nice to know whatever it is and whatever it is that we're doing right now in our own life with our own horses, that these horses do have such a purpose, even after they've completed doing all of the things that they were doing before in whatever discipline or competitive piece, or I don't know, just whatever it could be, like in retirement. Sometimes they just go out to the field and, well, gain a lot of weight because they're like the old couch potatoes. But, you know, every living being has a purpose on earth. And it's so beautiful to know an injured horse or a horse can't do a certain thing anymore. You can so beautifully work with them on the ground still. They're still in good health enough to be able to do that. Or maybe you've had an accident. This has happened before too. You're still in love with the horses, but you're just not at that risk level anymore of wanting to go on the back of the horse anymore.
You don't bounce the same.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, today's some great stuff that we are talking about, and especially with the listening part of our horses. What we do on the ground totally mimics what we will do on top. So either way is going to be beautiful. But I have to say, you know, I used to just be an avid, just going to go, I'm a pleasure rider. That's it. I didn't go anything else. But, you know, I used to love doing that. I am in love with working with horses on the ground now, because you're just so connected and you listen so differently because you're right there. You're not focused on having to breathe or sit properly or get the pressure off your horse, whatever it is, or look where you're going sort of thing. Like it's a really, I don't know, easier feel, really, I don't know, connecting more with the horses.
I think that's one of my biggest things with riding is I feel like it's a mode of transportation or something like that for me. It's not, I don't get that same connection. Not a rider either.
No.
But I don't get that connection that I do when I'm working on the ground with the horse. And I love those pieces that I can see all parts of them and be able to understand where they're at the same time when we're working on the ground with them. Should we show this one?
Which is this one?
That one?
Yes, that's the one we're going to be showing next anyway. Because this is a really great piece to understanding how to listen to our horses. Because again, there's so much purpose that our horses are giving to us. They've been trying to communicate with a lot of us all the time. But what do? We either push them away or we're not focused on what it is that they're trying to say. Now, with our business, we mainly work with non-horse people. So we work with organizations who come in with their clients and they get help building skills on top of what they're learning at the organization. So it's like a double whammy win, if you ask me. But, non-horse people, it's really exciting because they hear things differently. They listen to the horse differently. So even for when we first started, myself, I've been with horses since, Camp Chestermere. Good old Camp Chestermere. I was a wee little one then, fell in love with horses. Carolyn never even had an inkling to even be around a horse. So as I started learning, the old cowboy way, that's how I learned to work with horses. Carolyn came into it with different eyes. She saw right away when a horse was doing something, it wasn't to be disrespectful because first of all, we've already covered that. That's an abstract thought and horses cannot, I repeat, cannot think in abstract thinking. Only our brains can. So she always saw differently that the horse was teaching something because she wasn't going to her horsemanship ways at that point. So that was kind of cool.
Scared crapless.
Crapless.
That's right. They scared me a lot when we first started.
So because we know horses are the most feeling of all beings, they feel their intuitive piece. They feel it, then they respond from that. Now, we too have an intuitive piece. We feel it, which is our gut, more sensory not neurons, receptors in our gut, then our brain, but we feel it and we take it to our brain and then we can talk our brain out of our gut, our instinct, right? Where horses have no ability to do such things. That's why they are absolutely magical. Mm-hmm. So here our horse is doing a communication piece with one of our clients. So I want you to feel. Don't overthink what he's doing. I want you to feel what does it feel like to you just even looking at this picture?
Tell us in the comments.
Yeah, I like that too. I didn't even think about that. Because it's a feel. You either feel happy, warm, safe, or maybe you feel angry because the horse is in. It doesn't matter what it is you're feeling. It's just like, what do you feel when you just see this? So in understanding this is, again, a non-horse person. He already knows through orientation and a program called Starting the Journey, that's 2 weeks in, that he knows that horses want to communicate with us and tell us things. So this example, when a horse does this with a client, and it can be anywhere on their being, our responsibility and job as a professional certified facilitator is to step in and just even ask the question, what is this feeling like for you right now? And we can use feel because horses are feel. And we're really helping, again, humans remember to connect to themselves again. So through that, he's going to give 1 or 2 answers. I feel scared. Then you can help to direct him to say, okay, so you got to listen to yourself now. So if you don't want that to happen, how would you tell your horse to stop? And it could just even be as simple as no, thank you sort of thing.
Yeah. Too much too soon.
Too much too soon. But most of our clients are like, I'm a little bit nervous, but it feels really good. Like it feels cool. Nobody gave us a comment?
Not yet.
Okay. Interesting.
We calling you out now.
We like interactive. Come on, people. Put in how it feels. So then if he says it feels, again, now good, now we can bring in the idea of what lives in this area on you. So again, it wouldn't matter what it's going to be, but let's say he says, well, my heart lives in this area. And then we always say, because we're not degreed, we don't want to go to a psyche place. We're just wanting them to feel it. So think what that horse might be drawing some attention to, might be just being awareness to something, or could be confirming something. And we always say, but that's for you to figure out between you and your horse.
Yeah. Does that make sense to you? And
yeah.
Majority of the time, yeah, it makes total sense to them and what they're feeling.
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you what I feel. I feel just so peaceful and calm when I see a horse doing this with a human. You see, even with the lead rope, nothing is making this horse, I don't know, just do anything except for what he's called to do. Horses are natural born teachers because they do this in the wild. They do this with each other. That's why we want to utilize this. What would he be bringing attention to? So that's the first thing. So when you're grooming your horse and your horse continually wants to come in, instead of pushing your horse away, have your horse, let your horse come in and just see what it feels like for you. And always do it when he's not tied, because a horse shouldn't be tied when he's wanting to communicate with you.
And you'll know the difference between if they're coming in to nip or something like that versus if they're coming in to talk, but only if you give them the opportunity to see the difference, right? Like if you are automatically going to, oh, they're even coming towards my space, push them out, then they aren't even having the opportunity to speak to you in the first place.
Absolutely. Oh, I see we got a curious. Thank you. I totally appreciate it.
Yes. And yes, absolutely, with the head out stretched a little there too. And look how gentle. Like I don't know if
it's just so beautiful
with how big it is, but it's very, very gentle.
And that's the one thing we don't ever do. We don't put anything onto our people that they should feel a certain way, because Dee could feel curious. I can feel peaceful. Someone else may feel something else until they know what they know.
Mm-hmm.
Get it?
Absolutely.
It's all coming back to that gift again. Okay, so here's another piece that we can do, and this helps us with our listening to our horses. So we have a program that we run the second time. So orientation is all about knowledge of the horse. So our non-horse people are starting to learn a lot about listening to the horse. Remember, they are not trained in any which way to do horsemanship. We're just telling them how horses roll in the world, how we are working in their language, their world, and their culture. We're just an invited guest, if we will, but as that invited guest, we must always keep them safe. So that's kind of the piece. Then we go into our starting the journey. So this would be the second program that they're coming into. So they learn knowledge in the first. Now it's about that relationship with self. So the cool piece is, as we're going through and now explaining a secondary piece to how our bodies need to be with our horses. Are we aware of what our body actually says to another human? And does our body actually meet or match our verbiage that we actually speak to humans? But now we go into the horse world. So now we explain to our non-horse people how horses use these three energies. And thank you, Chris Irwin, because he's made this huge change in our world of horses. First of all, never pulling on the horse. So of course, we always reiterate that. But we ask the question, can you pull on a horse's head? They always say no, because they understand it's a horizontal being. You can't pull from top end, or of course that elevates the head. We want to move from back end. So with these three energies, this is why it's brilliant, because everything in the horses world, we can use as a parallel in our own. So we watch the herd, always watch your herd. So again, proof is in the pudding. You want to see how they do it with each other. So with the starting the journey, we introduce the push energy, which would be coming from your core, or as Carolyn calls it,
your Care Bear stare, or your laser pointer. And you know what I used to say, for depending on who we're working with, but no, even with the fellas, we say Care Bear stare, and they all recognize it.
They do.
They get it.
So here's a test in hearing your horse. If you push your core or your Care Bear stare at your horse's neck and head, watch what your horse does. Listen to what difference it makes to push energy at that spot. If you use your Care Bear stare, your push energy at their flank, it's got to be at their flank area, because that's actually their move forward button in the horse world. So you watch your herd, see how they push from 15 feet away. They can push a horse away. How do they do that? All through where they're pushing that energy. So now we're being aware how we can help a horse to move forward, being horizontal if we need it, because now we're listening, and you will see how that horse beautifully moves and he doesn't raise his head. So listen as you're using and trying this energy.
I was just going to say, just as a little logistical piece as well. So how our programs work is you can do a lot of these one-on-one for some people so that they are still building that relationship with self, plus the relationship with the horse as well. But we generally work in groups. And the cool piece about that is not only are we able to build the relationship with self, we're able to build it with another human being, plus the horse as well, and see how those energies work with all of us, right? So it's not just looking at how energies work with the horse. Energies work with people too in how we present ourselves. And that's the parallel back to how they're going to apply it to their lives. So they're not just learning how to move a horse through energy. They're learning how powerful they are within themselves to be able to bring that and translate that to how they live in everyday life.
And this has to do with listening, because in a building of a relationship, even with your own self, if we're not aware and we're not connected, we're actually not even listening to ourselves. When we come into full self-awareness in this body language that we now use because it's the horse's language, you are so present and you are so connected in listening to how your body presents to the world and, of course, to the horses. Mm-hmm. Okay, the second one is called the draw energy. And the draw energy, do you want to have a different picture up? Is that what you want?
No, I was thinking something else.
The draw energy is taking that energy that we just used as a push, but now we kind of draw it down, kind of like the fawns. For those of you who are, the olden days, you remember the fawns, you want to place the weight on one hip, just like our horse does when they are in a relaxed mode, and take off that energy. So as soon as we do that little hip thing, our energy kind of goes down more. So it's not pushing that energy at our horse's head and neck. Draw is beautiful when you see your herd using that draw energy and how they use it with each other. But draw energy is a beautiful way of listening to humans too, because we don't want to push energy in a conversation when we're talking with somebody, whether casual or important stuff. We want to have more of that draw energies,
and the space to have movement. That.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the third one is called the block energy. For those of you who have not seen this before as well, Chris Irwin does have a free tutorial on this in YouTube if you want to go check it out for yourself, because he shows you how to use these energies that we have, but horses use all the time and we're unaware of. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's so important. But he shows you exactly how to roll with them. So on YouTube, Chris Irwin is called Push, Block, and Draw. Okay, so I hope you guys look into that, because you want to use this on your horses, because when you do, your horse is like, what? Now, they're not saying that. I want you guys to know, I know that they're not saying this, but they're like shocked that you're starting to understand how your body language has affected them in so many different ways, because we're not listening to how our horse is responding from us with this power of our body that we actually aren't aware of. The block energy is important because where you place your block on the horse, it really is really crucial, because it's between the mouth. Like, just
if I were a horse.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, I should have had a horse head here just to show it, but it would just be above the mouthpiece, but you're not touching them. So if I were a horse and I'm just blocking, I would say, this is my space, I don't want it. But if her head came all the way in, she's just going to hit my block, but I don't push into, thank you. Mm-hmm. I don't push into her space. This helps, again, in listening. Our horses are very clear. Oh, I see, you're the leader, you're keeping me safe. Don't come into my boundary. This is where you have to know these differences in the awareness of the energies that our horses are giving to us regularly, and when it's time for us to get aware of our own body and listening to those pieces.
I thought maybe just in between, we'll throw out this other little poll we got here too, of how many horses do you currently have? Do you have two? Notice there isn't just one.
No, because no.
They need a herd. 2 to 4, 5 to 8, 9 to 12, or 13 plus, like a crazy person.
Although, I mean, if you have one and you're boarding it somewhere, they are with another horse, right?
Yeah.
So just go into the two, the two bracket.
The 2 category.
Yep.
Oh, and then I see we have Christine on too, another New Mexican.
Whoa.
These are all coming out today.
Amazeballs is all I got to say.
We got a lot of southern states on here today.
I hope they're warmer than we are.
They are. Their face of the sun.
People, put in numbers.
Type it in, people.
Maybe everyone's got ODD.
I think, and there is a lag here that happens too. So we do have to like be patient for about 15 seconds, I think.
That's a really good skill to have with horses is called patience.
Just in general.
Absolutely.
People, horses, life.
Absolutely. Well, let's do the headache pick.
Okay.
And then we're going to do a couple of journals. So for those of you, this is huge. If you've been following us over the past few, listening to your horse, understanding maybe your horse has had a change in behavior. You're not sure what's happened. Again, maybe all of a sudden he can't canter left, or something is going really wanky in one area. One thing you always want to check for is a headache. So when I was doing it before, so that circle just above, it's kind of like the baby, that crown, that the soft spot on babies' heads. This is what it's like. You can push it in, and when you push it in, it really pops over their eye. And if you go to even touch the head and the head goes super, you already know that this horse has got some serious issues going on. And again, I would always check teeth. I would always check teeth before doing a massage thing, before doing chiro, before doing anything. I would get their teeth checked, because if the behavior has changed, this is pretty darn serious stuff. A huge behavior change, teeth check first. If you go up to it and you just poke it, they'll poke, and the horse is still fine. Your horse is totally cool with where everything is at, so we don't have to be concerned. But it really helps you know where your horse is at a lot. So that's why listening. What are they presenting to you? And if they are presenting a behavior in them has changed, always go to that and see, because these are like little self-testers. It's kind of like, if your horse is dehydrated, how we can do the pinch test. Like, I love that we can do that. The what?
Tint test.
Tint test?
Tent test.
Tent test. Yeah.
Tenting.
Exactly. Like that's absolutely huge too, because we don't always want to have to call in a vet to find out what's wrong, right?
I do love everybody's putting in their horses, and one, but with other horses. One, but with 6 mini donkeys.
Excellent.
I have one in a herd of 12 and a herd of 26 available. So that's very cool. I see we have Mike on from New Mexico too.
Hello, Michael.
And we're going to show his pony poems pretty soon as well.
Absolutely. We are. Well, maybe what we'll do is we'll just do these 3 zones next, and then we'll read a couple journals. How does that sound?
That works.
How does that sound, my friends? So here is also another thing in listening to our horses is understanding the horse's zones. So again, we're going to show this to you. You don't just believe us. You go watch your herd. You understand that this happens all the time, because what? They know the zones. They know exactly how every zone works, and they don't deviate from it. They're not confusing, remember.
Oh, maybe survey isn't turned on. I'm not going to lie to you, Jennifer. I don't think I know how to do that yet, but I'm going to learn one day. Apparently there's a tab thing that you guys can see that we can't, with the chat and the survey, but I'm loving that people are commenting.
Thank you.
Also makes us happy.
We will get that rectified, because we want to be smart. Yeah, and she's IT. That's right. Okay.
We're learning. That makes me the most patient person ever.
Okay. So there are 3 zones that we're going to talk about today that are going to me, change your life, because the one is called the play zone. Now, here is the thing, and I'm going to show the picture before we do the video, but not yet. So this is what, and I've done it. We've all done these things before, because you don't know what you don't know until you do know. So you know how sometimes a horse is getting into your space and you're just not wanting that. So what do? You push them away from their face where their mouth is, okay? And the horse comes back again. Then you push them away again from their face, but the horse comes back again. You're like, get out of my space. Like, I don't want that.
I mean it.
It's because we did it wrong. That is not the go away zone to a horse. That is the play zone. So I first want you to see this picture, because lots of times when people see this picture, they say, "Aw, it's 2 horses kissing." No, it's not. So this is the beginning to understanding this is the zone that say, hey buddy, we're going to play.
Yeah.
Because even from young when they're foals, they actually learn how to play because playing is fun. Can you imagine if we as humans did that every day? So this is the play zone. So now we're going to show you a video. So don't ever push your horse away from the mouth. Now remember, this is different than the block. This is literally that they're coming in at that mouth area. You say, I want to play, I want to play. So this is why when you do a block, you're not pushing anything on them. All you're doing is holding your space to say, you stay there, I stay here. But kind of use it as like a little karate chop hand, you know?
Without touching.
That's right.
And think of being in the back seat of a car, like when you were kidding me, like, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. You never touch it.
That's right.
Okay, here's the video. Look at them.
You see?
Phoenix.
There's the play. Play with me. Play with me.
Woo! Here we go. Trying so hard, poor Phoenix boy trying to play.
Okay, so that is your play zone. Now, if you need the go away zone, we're going to play it again. Yeah. See, play, play, play. Come on, play with me. Play with me.
He's having none of it.
And they're not whining like I am either, because we know how horses speak.
Okay.
So here's the next one. Now that we have brought in Chris Irwin's block, and we're understanding how that rolls. Oh, and trust me, my friends, if you're wanting to do this push, block, and draw, which you do, because it will change your entire world with your horse and your entire world with yourself. Like, it's just such a game changer. It's outrageous. And what was I going to say to that one? I don't know.
Wanting to do it?
If you're wanting to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, it takes so much time. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
we are in our second year of being so aware of our body, which means we're present at the time. We do the goofiest, funniest little movements. Like, we're exaggerating every body language in those three energies because we're trying to get our brain to connect with how you do it the right way with the horse versus the wrong way. Because even the way our body stands with our horses, we could be blocking the horse instead of saying, hey, come on in and be with us. Like, it's outrageous, but it is fun, and laugh at yourself.
Even being aware enough to, like, you can be an inch off with where you're pointing your core or how you're doing that push piece. But an inch off is a world of difference, right? And it takes a lot. So just baby step it.
Have
Believe
fun
in
with
yourself.
it.
You can do it.
But you can do it because you want to do it for your horse.
That's right.
Okay, so this is called the go away zone. So that's your cheek area. So in the wild with domesticated horses, because all horses, speak the same language. So explosion.
Oh, okay.
So just so you know, we live by a plant. I don't know if you can see that.
A little bit.
We live by this plant that's chemical. And of course, it could explode at any time, but we just have to always be ready. So today they keep sending notices to get out of your place, go. But then they put at the end, test drill.
Just kidding.
So then we had to call them like, is this a test? And they keep calling us to letting us know it's just a test. But if it blows, we're all gone anyway. So if we go kaboomio, you know, the plant actually exploded.
But that was fairly alarming to see explosion come up on the phone, I have to say, after this morning.
So any hoodle. So this is the go away. So when they have had enough, they've played from here, then it's like, okay, now you're ticking me off. It's a go away at their cheek. They usually do it with their teeth. Go away. Like, and it's not go away.
They're abrupt and quick with it.
So we want to show it to you for your own self, because if you're not comfortable still using the block, or you could forget, let's say a horse did come in and it's too much for you, remember to do the go away, which is just at that cheek area. And I remember, do it a little bop, because a horse isn't, they're not massaging it.
I don't want to be the horse for this one.
I know. That's why I didn't touch you. Okay.
But don't be wishy-washy with it. You have to be strong in it.
There's no wishy. Here's
ever.
The thing, listening to horses. If you're wishy-washy, what will a horse do? Nothing go away from you, because they're like, well, you don't know where you're going, right? So they're always looking for that leader. So everything is with the purpose of, exactly what to do, because that's how they speak to each other. Okay, the third zone that I like to bring attention to is called the friendship zone. Now, again, proof is in the pudding. Watch what your horses do. How you know a horse is actually communicating with you, and I always say this, when you're standing, if a horse came to you, your being, and you're not pushed off balance, that is a horse who is communicating. If a horse comes to you and pushes you because they want something rubbed, that is not communication.
No,
that's just being selfish because they're itchy or something's going on. So this was a long time for me to understand this, because as soon as a horse came with their head to me and rubbed on me, I always made them go away, because I'm like, I don't think so, Timothy Brown. I have more respect for myself than that. But then when I understood this is a zone they use with each other, you see it. When a horse rubs their forehead on another horse, that is their friendship zone. So this was beautiful. It was such a very touching moment with the client that we were working with. And after the client, his name is Z, but Z came into Heidi and actually touched her in the heart area. So again, I brought up those questions like I did with my other clients. But then as soon as we affirmed everything for what Heidi needed, she moved right on over to me and gave me her beautiful big forehead. And she laid it there for what, at least a minute?
If not longer. Yeah, that was it had to get to the point where you had to be like, oh, I just want to stay here forever. But we do actually have to we're training. Yeah.
So I hope those 3 zones are going to help you out a lot listening to your horse, but be open, breathe and be open, because they want to tell you so much. I always say to ask your horse a question. You'll see how their ears move, but they will give you something each and every time. But you got to be here, you got to be connected, and you got to be watching the horse all the time.
Absolutely. And then the breath. Is that,
Oh, that's at the very end when we say bye-bye.
Maybe, do we want to do the gift now then?
Sure.
I guess we can do that.
Yeah. You guys still want the gift?
So if you haven't already put in, is this right? No. Uno momento, por favor. If you haven't put in that you want a gift yet, then please do. This is your moment. So put gift in the comments, especially if you're on Facebook. And those of you joining us in Vimeo, I'm going to put the link or Vimo or
whatever it's called.
The platform that we're in.
The platform.
Yes. We're going to just put that link in the chat there for you, so you can go directly to it.
Oh, we didn't even wait for anyone else to re-put the gift in. That's okay. You got it. See, we were going to make you work for it again, but you probably already did. Just like Carolyn said, it's a lagging.
And the Facebook people have to.
Yes, that's right.
Because I don't know how. Oh, yep. And they're going. Good job.
There we go.
Good job, Lise.
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Well, of course you do, because it's fun to learn about horses. And again, just being with them on our own. Like, it's the greatest thing in the world. And this is, again, so vital in even riding. Like the other day I was riding my horse Faye, and my daughter came in. She's the avid rider. Like she was at the Calgary. Oh my goodness.
Show riders.
She was with the show riders. So when she was a teenager, we hauled horses, and she did all that stuff at the Calgary Stampede. She knew horses way more than I had at that time. But she said, oh my gosh, Mom, your riding ability is outrageously beautiful. So she said it has to be from doing everything you've been learning about your own awareness and your own body language and your own energies with the horses. Because wow, do I see a difference. So I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful. So it's very, very nice, especially when a daughter gives you a compliment. Okay, so we're going to read you. Again, this is from starting the journey. This is just, again, the objective we're working on is relationship with self. These are non-horse people listening to their horse. From listening to their horse, they come up with their own answers. We don't give it to them. Mm-hmm. And then they are empowered, because as they are listening to what the horse is saying to them, this is what they come up with. That's why it's so beautiful.
So here is one. I learned that when I sit in my strength, that I feel beautiful and I can just let go of control, so I can just be. I also learned that strength comes through ambition, and asking for help and creating space to be a part of a team is important. reflecting more about what my strengths are, taking risks to make connections, and having the confidence to do what I feel to, what I need to, and feel strong and beautiful. So that's one. Oh, it's harder on the phone.
Yes, I bet you it would be.
Okay, I got to zoom in just a little here, folks.
But she's IT. She can do it.
This is reading comprehension. This has nothing to do with IT.
It's still on a phone. It's IT.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So much. Leadership, boundaries, what safety means to me, importance of space, and listening to myself. Taking the time to be present, learning my own strengths, even if it intimidates me at times, and that I am doing okay, and it's okay to let go. Throughout the last 24 hours, even thinking of this and listening to myself, my feelings and my gut intuition, saying no, ending things that don't feel good to me, or getting away from guilt and shame and fear. This helped me so much to relax. It helped me to kind of just feel better in myself and maybe reflect on who I am, and that maybe I don't have to think too hard about that, but just follow my gut sometimes.
Like, those are beautiful pieces. And again, we couldn't teach that. We could not put that into someone else's thought or how they're feeling. Like, they're coming up with this because they are just listening to the horse. They have just already gone through those 2 exercises and understanding why we work with these magnificent creatures. So they listen so good, because remember, so incredibly well, because for us who've been with horses all the time, we sometimes just take it for granted because we always are with horses, where a non-horse person is coming in with completely different eyes.
Here's another one. I can't even really put it into words. I think I feel fulfilled. I understand what I need to move forward in my life. I feel like I know that it's okay to be honest with myself and trust myself to be me.
I just love these things so much.
I learned that I'm more able than my brain tells me. I am persistent. I am brave. I exude strength, and I have self-worth.
How do people get all of this with our horses? We know because we are with our horses all the time, but holy jumping tuna fish is what I would say for this one. It's mind-blowing when our non-horse people are in the presence of these beings, how they hear so very well in what the horse is trying to say to them. And it's just so true. It's so humbling, and it's such a privilege to be a part of this journey. And then this is the last one.
Yeah, I'll read this one. I felt seen and validated in my experience. The horses taught me I need to keep moving forward, and I need to learn in patience and trust, trusting myself, my horse, and my safe people. With trust comes vulnerability. This taught me to see my own confidence and strength.
I like it. I love it,
it's
actually.
Just nice stuff.
Okay, so remember, over on Facebook, we will send you the link here as well for the gift. Can you just do the copy? Because you did it here. Oh, no, you can't, because it's a different computer. See, I know that of IT.
See, you're IT too. Look at that.
That's right. Shh. No. Okay, so one last picture we want to show you. And then we've got a little tool that you can utilize.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
First of all, it's an absolutely stunning picture. And I would love to give credit to whom that is, but they don't have their name on it. Just pulled that one off Google, I do believe. Anywho, for those of you who don't know, because I find this so interesting and exciting, is horses can only breathe from their noses. Now, these are, again, key pieces to tell humans that are working with your horses. They can only breathe from their noses. They don't have the double ability like we do. And you think in the olden days, all that armor and galloping and running all the time. I can't even imagine they can only breathe through their nose. But the cool piece is when they breathe with each other, when they share breath, that's the beauty, because now they know who they are to each other. They'll retain that information. And this is a beautiful thing to start doing with your horses, is before you even start working with them or touching them all over the place, what would it be like if you just had that conversation, went in? I love that. That's what I always call huffing. I always huff the horses then. But to go in and share that breath and like just take that whole thing and then they share the breath and they put it back on you. And I know you've all felt that before, but to regularly do it, to not be in a rush, to say, I got to get this horse going. I got to move it. I got to do whatever I'm going to do with the horse. Listen and first say, hey, how are you doing today?
Take the opportunity.
But with a horse, it'd be sharing that breath because that's what horses do with each other.
And don't be offended if they don't, though.
Yes. I was just going to say that.
Yeah, because some people are like, what don't they, or even when we do the handshake and we're cool and that kind of thing with it. Sometimes they don't need to come in and do that with us. So don't take personal offense to it. Like they don't like you because remember, they don't think like that. They can't think that way. It's just not something that they need at that moment. That's all.
Can you copy that in there? Or are you just copying it in later?
What you talking about?
I'm talking about the Facebook people for the gift.
No, I have to private message each of them.
After you can't just put it in.
Facebook is funny with a link sometimes that they, So no, it's not a easy peasy put it in process.
IT.
Yeah.
You see, I didn't know that. So we've got a breathing tool that you can also use because this is a breathing tool that takes work, just kind of like the 3 energies. But when you have this mastered, it will change your world as well. So it's a breathing tool that will always help your heart come back down to a nice rate again. Or, if you're anxious or upset with your kids or a coworker or your partner, whatever it is, but you're starting to feel all that stuff, use this breathing tool. Or if you're at the dentist and they've covered your entire mouth, because then you are a horse. You have to learn to do this.
If you pray for no stuffy nose that day.
So you use your nose only. And this came from Alicia Main. Is that her last? Mm-hmm. Yes. Our beautiful Alicia. We took a workshop with her too. She's the one who taught us this tool. And we're like, oh my gosh, it's so hard because it's kind of like doing that belly rubbing and patting thing at the same time. And it took us months to figure it out. But I tell you, it will calm you every time. So it's only using your nose. So what you do is you breathe in through nose only and fill your stomach first. Then you fill your lungs. You're not doing this in a rush. And then you breathe out through your nose. And you just keep doing this process. So anytime even your horse, if you're seeing he's really escalated, like something is going on, because you're the leader when you're with them in the arena, when you're in the presence of them, keep doing this breathing tool. You will be shocked how listening and understanding this is going to help your horse to come back down to more safety as well.
We have a cool little question here too from Lise. Only breathe through their noses, but also can smell through their mouth when they lift up their lips. So that's the
Flehmen response.
Flehmen response. And that's where they're still bringing in a smell through their nose, but they're taking it straight to log it in their brain, like deep, so that they fully have taken that scent in altogether.
Beautiful. I love it. Yes, because that is absolutely correct. And we have a perfect Flehmen response picture, but we don't have it with us. But I think you all know it's that curled lip that goes up and their teeth kind of show as they're bringing in that different smell that's happening to them or absorbing it or
we did it last week. It was on the pictures last week.
Well, if you joined us last week, then you know. We do have it there. If you don't, just Google it so you can see. You've seen it before. It's really, really cool.
Yes, but great question. That's a good one.
I love that. Okay, so that is it. You get the free gift of Who Knew. Just get that link. And of course, in Facebook, obviously you're getting it a different way in a private message.
I'll send it to you.
Understanding those 3 zones, understanding those 3 energies, understanding through listening, we never pull on a horse's head, because that is, to me, one of the strongest pieces to listening to the horse. Stop pulling on their head. If you're pulling on their head, you're putting them into a different mentality, because frame of body equals frame of mind. Chris Irwin, go take a look at that video. It's incredible. It will change your life. Listening is actually being so present, and you're going to even feel better in your own being, because you will just feel more grounded and present regularly, because you have to bring this to the horse, because the horse does this language. So when you're present enough to be there, you're not thinking of anything else. So welcome to the world. And now you've got that breathing tool, learning to just have that little relationship before you begin working with the horse, that little breath, and then breathe. Use this tool wherever you are. You don't need a horse to use it.
No, breathing is just smart. We do it automatically, but not always the right way.
Yep.
Okay. We are out of here, everybody. We won't be on next week, but we'll catch you the week after. So stay tuned for all the new information that we have coming your way.
Absolutely. And you are most welcome. I'm so glad that you guys could all enjoy.
Love it.
And join us.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.